Hey, this is John Reynolds, 52, Snooki, and I am rucking here on the west side of Wilmington as part of F3 Cape Fear. Welcome to Ruck'N'Yuck. Rucking gives you the opportunity to have one-on-one or small group conversations, and the mission of Ruck'N'Yuck is to capture some of those conversations, talk about rucking, talk about life, talk about the unexpected. Flight nurse, F3 Cape Fear. You won't meet a nicer,
This is not a freaking Air Force mustache, punk.
stronger,
Next time we're at my queue, I'm definitely killing you.
more handsome,
I was narrow as a kid, always.
more dedicated,
I puked at like 7:30 in the morning. It was.
nice, likable guy
I tried to be cool, man. I've never ever been able to be cool, ever.
who's always got your back.
Let's go! Move your ass! Move your ass!
Enjoy the latest Ruck'N'Yuck. So I didn't script out any questions because I figured if you and I don't have enough to Ruck'N'Yuck about, then there's a big problem. How long were you in nursing school?
Well, it's a 2-year program. But then I went back and got my bachelor's, and then I went back and got my master's. So it's like, it's perpetual. And then all the prerequisites to get into the nursing program.
Which
So,
are?
all the prerequisites? I'm not listing them.
You're not listening to them.
No, but there's
are
some
they
classes
secret?
that are a hell of a lot harder than this. This knucklehead knows how to get through. So,
Okay.
yeah, no, it was. That was a slog, man. I did spring, summer, fall, and then I got into the program. So I went year round, with little breaks here and there, and then got into the nursing program. Total God thing.
Yeah.
God thing. Most people are waiting years to get into the nursing program, or they have to get into like a university on points. And I had the points to get in, but it was going to be, that'd have been $25,000 for the degree.
Yeah.
And I had this community college that I was taking all my courses in, and I really loved. Same one that Aaron Rodgers actually started at.
Wow. So you
Yeah.
could have been a nurse. Or you could have been a quarterback.
I think it's working out for him okay, the path he chose.
I think it's working out for both of you guys.
Yeah. So I did that. Went to that community college, like I said, and then they had a program that allowed 12 veterans in every spring semester. So that's what I was going for. I thought, oh, awesome, this will be perfect. Because my whole thing was go to school, start making money.
Yeah.
Because my dad, I got a couple kids, I got a mortgage, I got a good wife, I got to make some money.
Yep.
And so that was the game plan. So I was finishing up the semesters, my prerequisites. And they said, oh yeah, we don't have the grant anymore. I thought, oh shoot. So then I doubled up on summer courses so I would qualify for the university. Because
Right.
you had to take statistics, and there's another course I think I had to take. I'm just trying to remember what it was. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so I finished that and put my package together and went to apply for the university. They gave me the green light and said, hey, you know what? You're good to go. We just need $300 for your application. And probably about 5 days before I was going to do it, I got an email and it said, congratulations, you're part of the 2014 nursing class
Okay.
for Butte College.
Yeah.
For the community college. So the grant came in.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, so got the grant, and then at that time, Obama had started this thing called the Veterans VRAP, Veterans Reallocation Assistance Program, or something like that.
And that's what I was going to ask. This is all post Air Force, right?
Yeah, I don't know who was in the Air Force. I was in the Navy.
You,
But somebody.
all right.
sure there's
I can cut that, but I probably won't cut that. Why did I think you were in the Air Force?
I don't know, because this is not a freaking Air Force mustache, punk. Son of a...
I am gonna get
Yeah.
a beat down from all four branches on that misnomer.
Well, you're gonna get a beat down from me next time. Next time is Q sword. Next time we're at my Q, I'm definitely killing you.
Okay.
Anyway, that's okay. The chair force. I was not in the chair force. I was in the Navy. So I participated in that program, and that program actually helped with all tuition.
Okay.
Helped with like a small monthly stipend.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty nice. So I was able to work at the library at the college and do that. And then that for 2 years actually was the I got to speak at our graduation, which was really neat.
Nice.
I had a chance to kind of really thank folks, and
Yeah.
that was really cool. Spoke for our class, so that was neat. And then jumped into a job. They hired me before I even had my license, so that was neat.
They start paying bills and supporting the wife.
Start paying some bills. I actually worked at the hospital while I was going to school.
Yeah.
It's one of the things you do. They're kind of like,
Of course.
so that was kind of neat to have a job right before you even graduated. So
Right.
And then you take that awful exam. It makes you second guess everything. You're like, huh? Is this the right answer?
Yeah.
But that looks like the right answer. I don't know if this one is.
Yeah.
Anyway, did that, got my degree, or got my license, and then took about 4 months, and then went back to school and got my bachelor's, and then moved to Wilmington in 17.
Mm-hmm.
Found this knucklehead group of guys,
Yeah.
and then in 19, while I was in the pediatrics department, started to go back to school. Went back to school, got my master's, and became a nurse practitioner.
So that was recent then. Okay.
Oh yeah.
While
yeah.
getting your master's.
Yes. Yeah.
You didn't get it like immediately after bachelor's.
Yeah. No. I waited about. I think I've got. So I graduated in August of 16 for my bachelor's.
Okay.
So you want to kind of get some years in under your belt there
Yeah.
before you jump into the master's. So.
Yep.
And plus, I was so sick of school. Gosh.
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, especially then you were what, 30, maybe 32? 30.
Not even close.
No, I'm just
buddy.
kidding. No. You and I are the same age.
Yeah. Sure.
So tell me, as a non-military, right? I can envision that the backpacks and the rucking were a big part of like Army and Marines.
Right.
But did it have a part in Navy?
Zero.
Really?
Zero.
Okay.
Zero.
That's actually what I kind of thought. I'm glad I assumed right.
Yeah, and believe it
Okay.
or not, we didn't spend much time in the doggone pool.
Right.
So
Is the pool a metaphor for the ocean, or is that no, like the actual
you
pool?
should be able to freaking swim for a fair bit if you're a sailor.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, but yeah, no, the Navy boot camp. What I remember really was just a lot of push-ups, a lot of sit-ups, a lot of jumping jacks,
Right.
a lot of yelling, a lot of our barracks getting completely thrashed.
Yeah.
Had a little Filipino guy, and then kind of a chubby, but big dude, chief.
Mm-hmm.
And both of them were chief petty officers, and man, they smashed us.
Yeah.
But it was great. I mean, it was absolutely powerful.
Excellent. So the rucking came later.
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
like post F3.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Well, not post F3. After you first posted at it.
Yeah. Well, so 8 Penny was there. I remember 8 Penny and Epo, and those guys were all rucking. And you talk about cool guys. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All those guys are cool.
Yeah.
So I grabbed this Amazon ruck, and I'm just trying to keep up with the guys, trying to learn a little bit, trying to understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when that started, and I didn't even spend any money on a ruck.
Yeah.
Actually, I bought Parrot Head's used ruck, which I still have.
Right.
I bought that first,
Right.
and I rucked a bunch with that. I wore that for years.
Yeah.
And then I wore Snickers brand new 25 liter Snickers has got the coolest gear, dude.
He does?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Well, you know, he's got the design flair, so I'm
He
sure
does,
he's got
absolutely.
the hot gear.
But he had that 25 liter, and I put that on, and I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
I'm getting this. So I told the wifey, I was like, hey,
Investment.
we gotta make move in the budget, babe.
There you go. You know, now we could say we're the same age, but like when I was a sophomore and you were a freshman in high school, we were worlds apart.
Worlds apart.
Absolute worlds apart.
Yeah, you were probably a pretty cool guy.
Okay.
I was pretty nerdy.
Yes, well.
I try to be cool, man. I've never ever been able to be cool. Ever.
Why
Soon as
is
I
that?
open my mouth.
What do you define as cool? Like, give me an example.
Confidence, man. Just
Confidence?
like, you know what I mean? Like there's some dudes out there that just walk up to a table of, you know, I don't know. So this is cool, right? So you
Okay.
walk up to a table of physicists,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
And just have that confidence that you could jump in and talk about whatever they're talking about, or fit in with whatever they're laughing about or whatever.
Okay.
Or you could walk up to a table full of, you know, air conditioner repair guys.
Okay.
You know, just to have that confidence, that adaptability, those are the cool guys.
All right.
You
So
know?
you're walking up to a group of physicists
Yeah.
and saying, you know, I can feel the gravity of that situation too. Are you saying that?
That's why you're not cool.
That's why
you're
I'm not cool. Exactly. But
you
that's
would go
also
for
why
the
I'm a
pun.
year older than you. So
You would go for the pun.
Yeah, I would go for the pun.
Yeah.
I'll probably cut all that too. Actually, I'm probably not cutting any of this, but. So speaking of cadre, how did you go from zero to cadre?
Wow. Zero to cadre is not quite how it went, but so the Grow Ruck. So I'll roll back a bunch.
Okay.
So I was in F3 for about, I don't know, maybe 6 months, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a F3 Grow Ruck down here in Wilmington, and it was a 24-hour absolute smasher beatdown. So the guys, so we're at Baywatch, and up walk these absolute warriors. There's probably about 30 guys, I think. I can't remember, but it was Epo and Hoff and Gobo, and I don't remember all the guys who were with it. But I think Mix was there. I think some Mix Lot was there. But I just remember thinking to myself, look at these badasses. I mean, they are
Talk about
worked.
walking into a group of cool guys.
Oh, totally. So when they took their rucks off and set them down, I knew that they had put it all out that night, and they still had miles to go.
Yeah.
And I thought, dude, I got to do that. I got to figure out how to do this. Yeah. So I signed up for a Go Ruck. Snickers and I signed up for a Go Ruck. Let's see, who else was there? There was Parrot Head was there, Lass was there, I believe Gobo was there.
Okay.
Anyway, and I just got crushed on that Go Ruck. I know there's plenty of people who heard the story, but I puked at like 7:30 in the morning. It was
Nice.
exhausting. It was
Yeah.
the middle of August. It was Extortion 1.7, which if you don't know about Extortion 1.7,
I do not.
well, that's a different time.
That's a different time.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But it was just really powerful, but totally crushed me. I mean, cramping, nausea, complete dehydration. Wasn't prepared for it at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, that's the hardest thing I've ever done physically.
Yeah.
The hardest thing I've ever done. So I said, well, I probably should do another one of those.
You about the same shape you were in now?
No, I'm much better shape now.
Okay.
Much better shape now.
You always been your slender self?
Oh yeah, always. Yeah, I mean, I was narrow as a kid, always. But anyway,
The cool guys.
So, well, we're getting to go rock.
Yes.
So, so fast forward
Yes.
to doing a whole bunch of these go rucks, and then finding out that F3 does grow rucks. So I did about 3 grow rucks, and absolutely loved the whole idea behind it. You know, everybody gets together in the morning. You do the King Builder, or we'll do the rally.
Do you remember which ones you did?
Yeah, so GTE 19, that was in Pinehurst.
Okay.
And then I did 24 in Louisville. And then we did 22, or no, I don't know. They're in there somewhere. But then I did another one in Myrtle Beach with a bunch of the guys.
Yes.
So,
yes, I remember that. That was Smuckers and
yeah.
a few other guys.
Well, that was, I think, Greenville is the one you're talking about. Smuckers.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're
So
right.
this was before I became cadre.
Yeah.
But the one in Louisville, Beauty and I went to that one. And I remember there's always these like distinct things you remember. But there was a moment where we were like chest deep in this creek, and it was cold.
Yeah.
But we sang the Star Spangled Banner. And dude,
Chills.
absolutely, just so cool to be around all those guys.
Yeah.
And to have them sing with their like just hearts wide open. It was just so
Shared
powerful.
experience.
Oh my gosh! And that's what this whole grow ruck thing is. It's just this shared suffering, but you have these moments where you're where you just remember them. I mean, just point blank, you just absolutely remember them.
Yep.
So it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It's powerful. It's awful. You know, it's really awful at the time because that water was for a reason.
Yeah.
But you're also you don't get that just by running around in the gloom in the morning or going to a gym.
Yep.
You're not going to get those moments.
And if you did it all the time, first of all, you'd be flat out exhausted. But you know, it wouldn't be as special.
Right. So then they started to look for other cadre because they were basically all these guys were special forces guys, Rangers and Green Berets.
Yep.
And they were getting kind of tapped out.
Yeah, burned out.
And yeah, maybe. But it's just, you know, there's a lot that goes into these events. Like I've been working on this NOLA, this New Orleans event.
Grow Run.
Yep. 41, gonna be in New Orleans here October 13th. We're gonna have the rally. It coincides with their 9-year anniversary. Anyway, but the planning that goes into it takes a considerable amount of time because it's always after work, it's at night, you're working on it, so on and so forth. So anyway, the Grow Ruck team put out a message saying, hey, we're offering a opportunity to become a Grow Ruck cadre.
Right.
And I thought, wow, that's cool. And then a couple of guys messaged me, Beauty and I believe Gump, messaged me and said, hey, are you doing this? And I thought, why would I do it? And I think
You're perfect for it.
Beauty kind of nudged me harder than everybody else.
Yes.
And he said, man, this is something you're so passionate about. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And the reason I wouldn't is because I don't think I'm a cool guy.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I have enough.
It's in your head.
Yeah.
It's a blocker in your head.
Yeah. So, and that's been my unbelief has always been my speed bump, my stop sign.
Your jester.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, God's been working on me for quite some time to listen to him and the Holy Spirit. I don't always listen, but his voice is definitely louder now than it was before.
That's good.
So did some prayer, talked to the wife, because it's a shared experience, you know.
Yep.
And I went through the process, and it was like a lengthy process too. It wasn't just like, hey, I want to show up. You had to do all kinds of stuff, man. You had to write things, had to do a whole application, but then you had to write essays.
Sounds like grad school again.
Yeah, right.
You hate school.
And then the physical stuff. I know prepared for Cadre Academy. That was a bunch of the guys in my shield lock steak knives. That evil genius.
Future cadre.
Oh gosh.
We got to say that on film.
He didn't.
On film.
Yeah,
I'm saying on film.
He'd be perfect. Dude.
World.
Absolutely
I'm
perfect.
saying film.
Yeah. He'd be perfect
Yeah,
for it.
he'd be perfect.
But
someday.
that kid killed me. But he prepped me for
Yes.
the Cadre Academy. Went up there to the Cadre Academy and they beat us up for about 2 days. Bunch of classroom work too, which was really cool.
Why don't you
from
shout
there.
some motivation to the runners there?
Yeah, right. Let's go. Move your ass. Move your ass. Yeah. No, but then myself and I think it was 10 other guys
Yeah.
became cadres, and we've developed this really cool kind of brotherhood
Yeah.
during these events. So yeah, it's been powerful, man.
And you had a grow ruck that you were cadre in training.
Yes, that was
Right?
up in Greenville. Yes, so there
Okay.
was we had the Greenville where a bunch of the boys went up. I can't name all of them, but Stakey, Smuckers.
Yep.
I think Milton did
Blade,
that
didn't
one.
Blade do that one?
Blade, Big Sky,
Yep.
Circuit Breaker. I think Snickers was at that one. Bunch of dudes. Oh, Gravity.
Yep.
There's a couple guys I'm missing. Dang it. But anyway, a bunch of the fellows went up to that one, and I was cadre in training for that one, and it's so different. And I'll tell you this: the one thing that I did not expect was watching this kind of transformation. So it's pretty uniform the way this whole process works. Is we get the guys there, run them through the stuff, beat them up, scuff them up with the welcome party and all that, and then typically we have like a fast or a slick movement, and during that whole time, you know, people are like, "What platoon? What platoon? There we go, guys! All right, yeah." Right? So it's this big unity. It's like, you know, we're together, we're brothers.
Yeah.
Da, da, da.
Yeah.
And then we come to the implements of woe,
Yeah.
or the log, or the sandbags. And you see guys change from that, here we go, all for one for all, to me, I. I need somebody. Somebody help me. So you see this transformation, and it's perfect because whenever you apply stress
Yeah.
to a situation, typically we go inward.
Yeah.
We look for relief from that stress. And I am the same. I'm absolutely the same. But it's always interesting to watch that transformation from that brotherhood and that camaraderie to that selfishness again whenever that stress is applied.
I got a taste of that. I was under a log. I was not under the log. I was under a log at the accelerator.
Yes.
Which was for those here, it was kind of like a micro grow ruck.
Yeah.
We did what was that, like just a 2 or 3 hour expedition?
It was like about
And then
3 hours of.
yeah, and then a mini grow school about an hour and a half.
Yep.
And so you know, I understand exactly what you're saying. There's that switch where you're like, oh, you know, I need to sub out of this log real quick because I can't take it, right? Because I'm not contributing to the team.
This hurts.
It hurts.
This hurts. I don't like it. It hurts. I mean, for like, just to completely dumb it down, it hurts. It's discomfort.
Right.
So, and you think, oh, I'm done with this. Your body's telling you, hey, what are you doing, idiot?
Yeah.
This is painful. You should
Yeah.
probably stop this.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So anyway,
Then that was Greenville, and
that
then
was
you.
Greenville, and then I've jumped into. I think this last one was my fourth or fifth. I think this was my fourth GTE.
Okay.
If you and I are friends forever, you'll know that I can't remember how many. I remember these really silly.
Well, I can't
things.
wait till we're older when we can't remember anything.
Gosh, it's
That's
horrible.
going to happen.
That's horrible. But anyway, Yeah, I just did one up in Columbus, and I did 24-hour the Respect Ruck, which we have to change the name on that one because it's not Respect, guys. It's just a 24-hour.
I was a little confused by that.
I know everybody.
I have to say.
We're gonna change the name.
Okay.
But anyway, so led those guys, and sure enough, and the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Exact same thing.
Right.
It's just really interesting.
Yeah.
But by the end of the night, you're asking, like, hey, who needs help on the log? Hey, I'm ready.
Right.
As opposed to, I'm not ready. I don't want to go for that.
Yeah.
You know, you have guys that transformation happens where guys change. Not all the guys. Trust me, not all the guys. But there's some guys that change where they're like, okay, how can I help?
Right.
How can I be of service? As opposed to, how can I get a break?
Right.
How can I get off this thing?
Yep.
You know, and that's the transformation you're looking for.
Yep.
That's the thing where you're like, oh, okay, you get it. It's not all about you.
Right.
It's not about your comfort.
Right.
It's about getting the things done. I say to the guys all the time, I'm like, the only variable we have here, the only variable is the speed.
Yeah.
The weight's going to stay the same.
Right.
The distance is the same.
Right.
Not going to change.
And I think your point is good, that it's not just about going from point A to point B and finishing, it's about transforming.
Yeah.
When I was in second grade, my report card from my teacher came back from my parents, and it said, if John didn't have anyone to talk to, he'd talk to himself. So I'm guessing you had maybe the same
Oh my gosh, yeah.
same feedback from your teachers.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny is you say that, and I was thinking about this the other day, but there's a leader, Christian leader named John Maxwell.
Yes. Yep.
And I so when I was young, I had this really cool guy named Tom Miles, who was a Christian dude, first and foremost, but a leader all the way.
Right.
And just understood the concepts of leadership, and not from the perspective of, hey, listen to me, but just of you know, how do you get guys to follow you?
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that? So anyway, so one of the things that in John Maxwell's book that I'd never heard of was thought life. And the life or the conversation that goes on in your head as opposed to reality. So you're talking about like talking to yourself.
Yeah.
Or we're talking, one of my good friends was talking about the conversations he has in his head.
That is interesting.
And I've done the same thing. Where
Do you have a radio station in your head? I have a radio station in my head.
You know what?
There's
On
music
occasion.
constantly going on.
On occasion, yeah. But it's interesting how in depth or gosh, what's the word I want to use? Anyway, how just completely engrossed in these internal conversations that we're having with someone who's not even talking to us.
Yeah.
We're like, well, this is that. So it's interesting to me, the thought life process, what we do in our thought life.
Yeah.
I think that's reflected in the stress when push comes to shove. I think what you think in your thought, in your quiet thoughts, or in your moments where you're not speaking out loud. I think that comes out in your when stress is applied to you. So
right.
Do you get angry?
Right.
You know, at the slightest misstep. Go ahead.
Especially like what you said about planning and preparation. You know, because sometimes you will, like in your thought life, you will plan for something and walk it through how you think it's going to go.
Yeah.
Right. And then the reality is you get into the situation, right? Whether it's a beatdown you're leading or a grow ruck you're the cadre for, it just doesn't start to go as your thoughts thought it would.
Right.
Right. So you have to adjust there.
Yeah, and when it doesn't, you know, how do you respond? I'm looking forward to this to 44 here in Wilmington.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be really powerful for a lot of our packs. A lot of packs have already done a grow ruck.
Not me. My first.
Yeah, not
Can't wait.
You as well as I think Kramer.
Yep.
Fizz.
Mm-hmm.
I know
Chop Shop.
No, Chop Shop has done.
Oh, he has
done a grow ruck. Oh, Chop Shop was the guy that I did my very first go ruck with.
Yeah.
And if you ask Chop Shop, he'll tell you we were gassed.
Wow. Okay.
My wife said when we walked around the corner, she thought, oh my gosh, someone's gonna die.
Yeah.
We looked that horrible. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
I've prepped my M for the Sunday arrival.
Oh yeah.
I said, you know, I don't know about family dinner. I might be on my face.
I always tell, like when I talk to families after, I'm like, hey, he's got about 72 hours of complaining, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Oh,
Are you a complainer?
Yes and no. Like I don't really complain. I kind of laugh about it, but I sure as heck make some noise.
Okay.
Boy, I hope my wife doesn't listen to this because she'll probably be like, oh, he's a complainer.
No, she will listen to this. I might actually put that part on repeat or make a little YouTube short or something that's memorable.
No, I power through everything, man. I just, if pain's there, I don't bother with it.
There you go.
I just smack it.
Yeah.
Pain don't hurt.
It'll be dad jokes first. It'll be, if Malcolm in the Middle does it, it'll be his first.
Malcolm's going to do it.
Teach? Has he done one before?
Yes, I think Teach did Greenville.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, my fault, Teach.
Yep. And then Buddy the Elf, it'll be his first, I think.
I think so too.
What's it, Atomic Wedgie?
Yeah, definitely.
One of the great names of the past year.
Yeah, Animal House too, right?
Animal House,
gonna
yep.
be there. Yeah, actually, yeah, you're right. It's going to be a ton of new guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be powerful, man.
Cool.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to being on the log, and it's going to be a really interesting event too.
And you're a participant, right?
Correct.
Okay, right. So you're gonna have inside baseball. I mean, you're gonna know what's going on from a cadre standpoint.
Yeah, and don't worry, I'll make sure you guys have
Yeah.
all the answers to every question you possibly need.
Yes, I'm sure
There's
you will.
no way I'm going to let you guys
I'm sure
fail.
you will. Nope. Well, you're a good teacher, and we're blessed to have you.
Oh, you know what, man? Total God thing. Stumbled into it. It's been powerful for me. I always learn more than I think I always get more than I think I give. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Which is just another blessing, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, man.
All right. Be sure to like this video, and more importantly, subscribe to F3 Cape Fear. We will have more Ruck'N'Yuck episodes up shortly. This is a missed opportunity for flight nurse and teacher's pet at the same time. Yeah. That would have just been golden.